Hi, this is Shinohara. Today, we're in Totsuka Ward in Yokohama. We're about to head over to film a newly renovated apartment. So let me take you along. All right, let's get going. We are distributing a makeover pamphlet. Please check the details in the description. Okay, we've arrived at the unit. Today, we'll be doing a room tour, and I'll be walking you through the space from here. Please come in. This property is a 34-year-old condominium located in Totsuka Ward, Yokohama. The owner purchased this pre-owned unit and commissioned us to carry out a full renovation before moving in. The layout is a 3LDK and the size is 81 square meters, so it's quite a spacious apartment. So, what do you think?
It looks great. It definitely has a mature, sophisticated feel to it.
We replaced all the doors of this shoe cabinet with brand new ones. It's designed like a folding door closet. And inside, you'll find plenty of adjustable shelves.
I see. There's quite a lot of storage.
Yes, you can store a lot of shoes in here. Actually, take a look at this. This part flips open.
What is that?
In condominium buildings like this, security is usually quite strict, so people from outside can't freely access the inside of the building. And this is a mailbox that allows notices or announcements within the condominium to be posted from outside to your room.
I see.
The outside looks like this. And this is where you receive them.
So this is where it goes in.
That's right. It's mainly for internal notices and announcements within the building. As for the entryway floor, we finished it with PVC tiles. And for the step here, we installed a new wood grain threshold.
Now, could you tell us about some of the key highlights of this property?
Shall we head to the living room?
Sure.
This is a 3LDK layout. And straight down the hallway from the entrance, you'll find the living room. Here we are. It's shaped somewhat like a triangle, which gives it a really stylish feel.
That's true.
For this project, the owner had specific preferences for the color scheme, so the wallpaper and finishes were selected based on their requests.
It's a great combination, very luxurious. You've got this deep navy, almost blue tone, paired with a concrete-style wall finish.
Only this beam section uses the concrete texture, while this part is done in navy, and the rest is finished in white.
Even the switches and outlets match the overall design, don't they? They look really sharp.
Right. We often replace switches and outlets during renovations. And in most cases, the standard options tend to be models from Panasonic. But this time, we used the NK series from a manufacturer called Jimbo. They have this sleek black finish, which adds a premium feel just on their own.
So if it looks more premium, does that mean it's more expensive?
Yes, it is. Compared to the standard Panasonic models, these are definitely pricier. That said, Panasonic also has a higher-end line called the Advanced series, which is similar in style to these Jimbo switches. And actually, these are a bit more affordable than that series.
I see. Everything is coordinated like this throughout the space, which is nice.
It creates a really strong sense of unity. Paying attention to these details really elevates the overall quality.
You can really see the sense of style.
These are the kinds of details people want to focus on. Subtle touch of elegance. And here we have the kitchen area.
This kitchen looks great too.
We used Lixil's Sierra S series, which we often incorporate in our renovation projects.
The pattern also feels very high-end. It matches the room perfectly.
Yes, and this is a magnetic kitchen panel.
The texture is really nice and stylish.
Typically, kitchen panels are white or ivory, since those are the most affordable options. But this time, we went with a darker color, almost black.
So that costs a bit more?
Yes, and since this one is magnetic, the magnetic version is more expensive than the non-magnetic type. The drawers are all slide type for easy access. And take a look at this. This is a dishwasher from Rinnai, and it's a front open style.
That's nice.
It makes loading and unloading much easier.
These have been getting really popular lately, right?
Yes, they have. In other renovation projects, we sometimes use front-open models like this, especially ones from Miele. But this time we chose a Rina unit.
Now that I'm crouching down here, I just noticed. These tiles look amazing.
Actually, they're PVC tiles.
Really?
Yes, we finished them with grout strips in between.
What's a grout strips?
They're special strips inserted between tiles to create grout lines.
I see.
There's actually a product specifically for that. It's a strip used for the joints.
So you intentionally added those to create this look?
Exactly.
I didn't know that kind of product existed.
It's not something most people are familiar with.
Do you often use this method?
Not all the time, but we've used it in several projects before. This particular project was handled by our Yokohama Sakai branch, and they tend to use this method quite often.
I see.
It really looks like real tile, but actual tiles can be quite expensive. So by using PVC tiles and adding joint strips, you can achieve a very similar look at a lower cost. It's definitely a recommended technique.
Even though it's PVC, it feels pretty hard.
Yes, PVC tiles are quite rigid.
The surface is printed to resemble stone, so it really does look like real tile.
Right. Since it's called PVC tile, the material itself is naturally quite rigid. But the reason it feels especially hard here is because, in the kitchen area, the tiles are installed directly on the concrete slab, which makes them feel even more solid.
I see.
And earlier, I mentioned the concrete slab. But in this unit, the water supply and drainage pipes come directly up from that slab. Because of that, we couldn't significantly relocate them or change the layout much. So we raised the floor by about 5 centimeters just in the kitchen area to create space for the piping. This section is raised by 5 centimeters, and the kitchen itself is 85 centimeters in height. The client requested that the countertop height be finished at 90 centimeters. So we combined the standard 85 centimeter kitchen with the 5 centimeter raised floor to achieve that height. That's why you'll notice a slight step here. There's also slide-out storage here, along with a 3-burner IH cooktop and a built-in grill. This area also offers plenty of storage. And this is the cupboard. There was originally one here, but we replaced it with a new unit. At the same time, we added more outlets to make it more functional. There's a lot of storage space here as well.
This section next to it, I assume it's for appliances like a rice cooker?
Exactly. It's designed for small kitchen appliances. Since piping runs through this area too, we slightly raised the floor here as well. And there are overhead cabinets above. So overall storage capacity is excellent. And this is the range hood.
It would look great with some trendy appliances here.
Definitely. It looks fantastic. Using darker tones like this really enhances the sense of luxury. In the end, it all comes down to the balance between the flooring, panels, and overall color scheme. You can really see the owner's taste reflected in the design. And this is the space for the refrigerator. This wall here is structural, so it couldn't be removed. And this is the living space. For the flooring, we used materials from Daikin Corporation. Originally, both the living room and the hallway were carpeted. Since this is a condominium, we removed the carpet, which revealed the concrete slab underneath. On top of that, we installed the L45 sound insulating flooring that meets noise reduction standard.
What were some of the major changes in this renovation?
Not just in the living room, but throughout the entire unit, we replaced all the doors. For example, the entrance door to the living room was replaced with Panasonic's Veritas series. On the other hand, elements like these frames and some of the storage units were kept as they were. and we applied surface sheets to match the overall color scheme.
The color coordination really brings everything together nicely.
Yes, that's right. If these parts had been left in a brown tone, it would have disrupted the entire atmosphere. So we made sure to unify the color balance as much as possible. However, replacing everything would increase the cost. So wherever possible, we preserved existing elements and refinished them with sheets to keep costs down.
I see.
Even so, quite a budget was invested into this project. And this is the hallway. Here is the entrance to the vanity area. And this is the toilet. And this is one of the bedrooms. Shall we start with the vanity area?
Sure.
We installed this new sliding door here. It's an outset type.
Is that because the hallway is narrow?
Yes, that's right. Originally, this was a hinged door. The toilet door opens outward, while the bedroom door opens inward. If the powder room door also opened outward, the space would feel very cramped.
Right. The doors might even collide.
Since the toilet needs a hinged door, we kept it as is. But here, since there was a wall available, we opted for a sliding door instead. All right, let's take a look at the vanity area. For the sink, we installed Toto's Octave Series Vanity. This is a 750mm wide vanity, and next to it is additional storage space. There are shelves like this, and below, there are slide-out storage drawers as well. Now, I'd like you to take a look at this. The Octave Vanity has a unique feature. Typically, a 3-panel mirror opens like this, and you can store items inside. But the Octave, take a look.
Wow.
It works like this. You can adjust the mirrors in different ways.
That's convenient.
Exactly. By positioning it like this, you can easily check your appearance from the side.
I've never seen that before.
Same here. This is my first time using it.
Did the owner have strong preferences for the fixtures?
Yes, they were quite particular about the details. Originally, we planned to install a 90cm wide vanity, but there are pipes running behind this wall, so we couldn't remove it entirely.
I see.
According to the initial plans, we thought the wall could be removed, but that wasn't possible. So we downsized to 75cm wide vanity. And rather than leaving this entire section as a wall, we cut out part of it and turned it into usable shelving space. This idea was actually proposed by our partner contractor. The bathroom also turned out really nice.
It has a luxurious feel as well.
Yes. This is Lixeal's Renobio unit bath. And the size is 1317. And if you notice, there's no mirror or shelves installed.
You're right, there aren't any. What's the reason for that?
It's because everything is magnet-based. So it's designed to let you attach anything you like using magnets. It gives you complete flexibility to customize it your way. If you want to add a mirror, you can simply use a magnetic mirror. And if you need shelves, you can install magnetic shelves as well.
I see.
When you have standard fixed mirrors and shelves, they're firmly installed in place and can't be moved, which makes cleaning more difficult.
That's true. Mold tends to build up.
In my own home, the setup isn't magnetic either. So it comes with fixed built-in shelves around here. And cleaning around them is quite a hassle. There's slime buildup and mold, so it can get pretty tedious. But with this setup, since nothing is fixed, it's much easier to clean. Plus, you can freely adjust the height and position to suit your needs. That's why we chose a magnet-based unit bath this time.
Are those magnetic accessories standard products?
Yes, they are.
Do you order them as optional add-ons?
It depends on the series, some support it, some don't. And naturally, it does cost a bit more. So it comes down to how you feel about the cost versus the benefit.
This is really nice.
Going with a magnet-based unit bath and keeping it free of fixed fixtures is definitely something I'd recommend.
It looks really clean too, nice and minimal.
Also, we upgraded to downlights. In more budget-friendly unit baths, you typically get a bracket light, where the fixture sticks out from the wall in a bulky way. But here we use downlights, so it gives a cleaner look. There's also a bathroom dryer and heater installed. And if you look here, you'll see the control panel for reheating the bathwater, along with the necessary piping. Originally, this unit didn't have a reheating function, so we added new piping during the renovation. This is an important point to note. Older properties often don't have this feature, but many people want to add it. In that case, you need to replace the water heating system. Depending on the property, you may have a gas water heater or an electric water heater, but reheating requires a compatible system. So this time, it has been replaced with a new one. Since this building is fully electric, there is an electric hot water heater inside the unit. Here it is. It heats the water inside and produces hot water. This hot water is supplied to the kitchen, bathroom, and sink. Because we needed a reheating function, we replaced it with a compatible model this time. Generally, when replacing an electric water heater and installing piping for reheating, the pipes are often run underneath the floor to route them through. However, since this is a concrete structure, we couldn't carve through it. So instead, we routed the pipes through the ceiling space and connected them to the bathroom. That's how we were able to add the reheating function. As I mentioned earlier, the hallway was also carpeted, so we removed it and replaced with flooring directly over the concrete slab. Now let's move on to the toilet. Here it is. Here we replaced the flooring, walls, ceiling, shelves, as well as the paper holder and towel bar. The toilet itself is a Toto model. And we also installed this new shelf here. And this is a bedroom. Here as well, we updated the flooring, walls, and ceiling, and we also replaced the closet with a new one. For the wooden frames, like around the sliding glass doors and the windows, we refinished everything with wood paint. It's done in a matte black non-gloss finish. And this room here is another bedroom. Originally, this was a traditional Japanese-style room. We've converted it into a Western-style space.
You'd never guess it used to be a tatami room.
Can you still see any remnants of the original Japanese room?
Not at all.
Actually, if you're a professional, there's one clue.
Where is it?
If you look closely, there's a wooden trim running along the edge of the ceiling.
This white part?
Yes. That's called a mawarabuchi, a type of trim commonly found in traditional Japanese rooms. Normally, it would be a brown wooden trim, and it's something you don't usually find in Western-style rooms. But since we painted it white this time, it doesn't stand out anymore. Some people ask to remove it entirely, and it's technically possible. However, if we remove that trim, the ceiling would drop, which incurs additional costs for reassembling everything. So in this case, we kept the trim. Originally, the ceiling had grooves from a laminated finish, so we added a thin plywood layer on top, and then applied wallpaper.
So this is another example of making use of what already exists.
Exactly.
Once it's painted, you hardly notice it at all.
Unless you have renovation experience or a trained eye, you wouldn't be able to tell this used to be a Japanese room.
Right.
And this space here, it was originally a traditional style closet.
But now it looks nothing like one.
We replaced the doors and removed the internal shelving, then added a hanging pipe, so it feels like a completely new closet.
Is this a sliding door?
Yes, it's a 3-panel sliding door. It moves like this. You can open it from this side and also slide it open from the other side.
That's really easy to use.
It is. On this side, we kept a middle shelf. Take a look at this. When closed, it looks like this. When you open the right side, you'll see this layout. At the top, we installed a standard upper shelf, so you can store things like bags and accessories here. And we added a double hanging rail. So for longer items like coats, you can use this side. And for shorter clothing, you can hang them in 2 tiers, top and bottom, which makes much better use of the space.
It's a very practical setup.
Yes, it really is. Also, take a look here. There wasn't an outlet here before, but we installed one inside the closet.
There are actually quite a few situations where having an outlet inside a closet comes in handy.
Yes, that's right. For example, when storing a vacuum, especially if it's cordless, you can keep it in here and have it charging at all times, which is really convenient.
That's a great idea.
It's definitely something I'd recommend.
With this much space, sliding doors work really well.
Yes. Typically, closets use folding doors, but those can stick out when opened.
Right.
So I think sliding doors like this are another great option. And just like the previous room, the wooden frames here are also finished with paint. And finally, this is the last room. This is a more compact space. Here we mainly replaced the wallpaper and flooring, updated the baseboards, did some painting work, and replaced the switches and outlets. The plan is to use this room primarily for a bed, so it's finished in a simple, clean style like this. We are distributing a makeover pamphlet. Please check the details in the description.
Thank you, Mr. Shinohara.
Thank you.
So, how much did this renovation cost in total?
This time, the total came to 7.3 million yen, including tax.
From my perspective, it actually feels quite reasonable. What do you think?
Yes, I think it may seem relatively affordable, because we didn't make any major layout changes this time.
I see.
For properties that are over 30 years old, it's common to see layouts like 3DK or 2DK, and often those are converted into 2LDK or 1LDK. In many cases, we also relocate plumbing areas like the kitchen or bathroom. But in this project, while we did replace doors and fixtures, we didn't change the position of plumbing, and there was no large-scale wall demolition. Since the layout remained the same, we were able to keep the cost at this level.
I see. Even so, it looks like a good amount was invested in areas like the kitchen, toilet, and bathroom.
Yes, the owner really focused on those areas.
So having that kind of balance is important.
Absolutely. Depending on the property, sometimes a major layout change is necessary, but in other cases, the existing layout works just fine as it is. This time, the renovation was commissioned by the future homeowner, and choosing the right property to begin with is actually a very important point.
So, which branch handled this renovation project?
This one was handled by our Yokohama Sakai branch. Actually, before filming this video, we had a chance to talk with Ms. Endo, and we'll be featuring that interview on our sub-channel. Right up until just before filming, they were doing final touch-ups and a completion check ahead of tomorrow's handover. That kind of content will also be available on our sub-channel, so we'd definitely love for you to check it out.
Got it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for watching today. At IMECHEN, we offer 2 nationwide renovation plans: a flat-rate renovation service for rental properties called IMECHEN, and another service for pre-owned homes called IMECHEN Next. You can download the brochures for both IMECHEN and IMECHEN Next from our official websites. At the moment, we're receiving a large number of estimate requests, and we're actively expanding our construction coverage areas. If you're ready to move from subcontractor to primary contractor, or a company looking to grow your renovation business, we'd love to hear from you. So if you're interested, please take a look at the link in the description below for more details.